The Nephilites were the first human beings. Those were the mixture of angels and human beings. Now, God didn't create evil spirits. God didn't create evil spirits, bro. It was the copulation of human beings and angels that created evil spirits.
Wow.
Now, when these evil spirits came about, they started killing human beings because there was nothing for them to eat. Started ripping apart human beings. They started dying. So human beings started crying, God, what's going on, man? Why are we dying like this? Started crying. God is like, what am I going to do? He had to reset existence.
Welcome back to another episode of afroVIVID. We got man like Sunks in the building, Sunky.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Man, thanks for coming on, man.
Yeah, good to be here, man.
Yeah, we got Metis in the building as well.
Yep.
How you feeling, man, Sunks?
I'm good. It's cold, but
Go.
but I'm good.
Yeah.
It's good to be here, man.
The weather is actually a bit nicer today.
Yeah, I came out and I was like, man, and then the sun was out. It just feels perfect, like spring type of weather.
Yeah.
But it's a little colder than spring, but
Yeah.
it does feel good.
Yeah, that's the crazy thing about like this type of America that we're in.
Mm-hmm.
Like yesterday it was so cold, but today it's kind of warm.
Changes like that, yeah.
Like very
Fluctuates.
bipolar.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. Thanks for coming on. You want to tell people a bit about yourself?
Okay. My name is Sanki.
Sankey.
Yeah,
Nice.
Sanki Sukomi. I'm from West Africa, Nigeria. I do like media production, content creation. I'm an actor. I write scripts. I brand. Do advertising and all that stuff. I really have passion for the for the arts. And that keeps me going, keeps me the drive, keeps me on my toes, wanting the best for myself. And yeah, I love to travel, love cooking.
Okay, what's where can you name some of the countries that you've been to?
Whoa,
That's a big list, man.
whoa.
I mean, okay, name
And the guy said, "Whoa."
name top 5.
Top 5.
Top 5.
First is Cape Town in South Africa,
Nice.
and then there's Prague in Czech Republic. That's in
Okay.
Europe.
Uh-huh.
There's Poland.
Uh,
Poland is beautiful. There's Rwanda,
okay, yeah, that's
Yeah.
beautiful. Yeah,
and then there is Mozambique.
Mozambique.
So Mozambique is also in the south, South Africa. Beautiful countries, There's more anyways, but those are my top 5.
Those are pretty good lists.
Yeah, for now, yeah.
Okay. And when did you started, getting the passion to do media production and branding and all that stuff?
So when I was 17, right,
Mm-hmm.
my dad used to tell me, "Oh, you're good looking, man."
You lucky your dad told you.
My dad would make you feel like you don't need no public
Right.
validation from nobody,
That's
So
good. That's good.
tells you
man.
you're good looking, man. And then he searched for a modeling agency for me back in Lagos, Nigeria.
Oh, really?
Yeah, and
That's dope.
he gave me money. I registered, took some pictures, and that was how I started. I started doing big brands, started seeing myself on TV and stuff.
That was from
Yeah,
back in
that was
Nigeria.
back in Nigeria when I was
Nice.
17, yeah. And then I did it for, some couple of years. So along the line, I stumbled into journalism, started writing stories because I was in mass communication, in the university back then. And, I started doing public relations for celebrities back home, yeah. And I started doing press releases and stuff like that. And then, I pushed and around 21, I bought my first car, and then after that, I left the scene,
Oh.
Yeah, I featured in some movies. I was doing barely everything, bro. Yeah. So I left the country when I was 21, and then I moved to Southeast Asia. That was in Malaysia.
Oh.
Yeah. So after that, I went to I changed to my course. So I went to do business information systems. And that's from the University of East London, but it's an affiliation, You guys can cross semesters, go to the UK, come back, stuff like that. Yeah. So I did that, my first degree. And then while I was doing that, I went to an Australian school back in KL, SAE Institute, to learn cinematography, photography, lighting and all that stuff. So I got certified, while I was going to school too. So, during that time, I started learning like photography. My dad bought me a camera, bought me a flash, gave me like money to buy all the necessary stuff back then. So I started taking pictures, and I was following this man. He was very big back then in Malaysia. So, he was teaching me like physical, giving me physical references on, on how to shoot video, to take pictures, to do this. So I was following him around, see him do it. And that's how I started learning,
Wow.
Yeah.
That's dope, man. It's great to hear that, like, you pretty much have like a dad that supports you, like, do this journey, right? Because especially like when it comes to like African parents, right? Like photography back home, man. Like most friends gonna look at you like, are you crazy? What are you doing?
That's true.
You must
your
be out of
dad,
your
like,
mind.
he kind of like understand like your passion and like push you through it, which is beautiful. And
That's gold.
Seem like it's serving you like pretty well right now as well. Because I've seen you like traveling with like people, and you did say like you make like some good money off it. So that's really good.
Yeah, but like I have another question again.
Yeah.
What like prompted you to move away from like Nigeria when you was 21? Like why? What was it? Was it like your choice, or was it like you, like saying, or was it like your family, or you just wanted to find like a different challenge or stuff like that?
So one of the reasons that made me move was I wanted more.
So you was hungry?
Yes, the drive was high. I wanted more, man. And I had friends back in Malaysia then. Kept telling me, "Sanke, come here, come and brush it up here. Get some skills." I just wanted more. That's why I left.
Okay, were these like Nigerian friends, or they were living in Malaysia, or it was just different culture?
Yes, they were Nigerian friends.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, went to the same high school back in Nigeria. So they relocated too, and like, Sanke, if you come here, it's better here.
Right.
You can learn a lot here, and that's why I left.
That's nice, man. That's my. Seems like you doing great so far, and definitely it has like a story behind it,
Yeah, exactly.
Because any success, has something like has a story that goes along with it, and it seems like that's yours.
Yeah.
Yeah, usually it's like the journey, man.
Yeah.
Like coming from like Africa, right? Do you travel mostly by yourself?
Yeah,
Is
most
your
of the
family
time.
here?
Most of the time, my parents are in Nigeria, my sisters and the rest in London. So it's they're all on that side. So I travel to Nigeria, when I can, to see my parents and stuff like that. So it helps me move around,
Yeah.
Yeah. I move around a lot. That's it. Yeah. Very.
That's beautiful, man. What has been like your it's two questions, right? What was like a significant moment in your life where like you feel like, man, this is it, man, I'm going all in into like this media production stuff? And the other question is, I actually forgot the other question, but you can start with the first one. When I remember that, I'll ask it.
Significant moment was, I think, right from growing up, I used to be a TV addict. I used to watch TV a lot. Movies, music, news. So I think over time, I started, making wishes in my heart.
Right.
Yeah. You feel like you want to rule the world. You feel like you can do it. So I feel like for me it was from the foundation. Yeah. Growing up, I used to write TV jingles for my dad to read, and dad would tell me if this is good or not.
Okay.
Yeah, make grammar corrections.
Right.
Yeah, my dad would tell me if you want to write a poem, go ahead and write it. Yeah, sometimes I'll be in my room, I'll be record my voice and act like I'm on radio.
Right.
Yeah, so I've always had that inside me. So I just wanted more. Like I just knew that the only way you could get all these things done is to just keep moving. So I knew that from right when I was young. That's why I started when I was 17. I started bussing and moving around Lagos and taking my pictures everywhere.
That's dope, man. I mean, that's like very powerful, you know, because if you look at like most like successful people, right, like even like that dream started like when they had nothing at all, but they already knew, yes, this is where I want to go, and they stay very focused and committed to no matter like the roadblocks that comes with it, right, like all the difficult challenges.
Right.
I was watching. I bumped into a video yesterday. What's this? The New York guy, right? The vlog guy, Casey.
Casey Neistat.
Yeah. So he was doing kind of like a short podcast with this other guy, the very popular YouTuber, the guy that be doing all these random challenges. I forgot.
Mr. Beast.
Mr. Beast. Yes. I didn't know that dude was very young, man.
Yeah.
He's like 23 ish.
He's been doing YouTube for a long time. He started doing something else, but it wasn't working.
Yes,
so
switched up,
and then all of a sudden he just boom.
Yeah. Yes, so the podcast that this guy was doing, right, was just pretty much asking me like how he got to like where he is right now, right? And that dude has been doing like creating videos since he was like 13, wow. You know, and it will put like some of his clips like in some of his videos, right, where like he's just talking about like how he's feeling at the moment. He was like, man, there was this one, he was like, it's 2017 right now, and I not only got like 5 subscribers, but by next year, by 2020, I'll be at like 600,000. Like, he just throw like this random numbers, and he's so serious, you know, just like speaking like right from his heart, but like he just believed in it.
Right, like he was just throwing it out to the universe.
The universe, and like, just fast forward now, he's like probably like one of the most followers on YouTube and stuff.
Yeah. So do you guys ever like say, like, have you ever done that where, let's say, just like what he said, where you talked about something that you always want to do, or a goal that you always wanted, and then like few years or a year or so, or a few months, and then for some reason you achieved it. Like, have you kind of like experienced something like that?
Yes,
you, in your term will be like, okay, well, I want to do this. I want to do this.
Yeah.
I want to build up, like, let's say 200, clients.
Exactly.
Has that like happened for you where
Definitely.
you just speak it out to the universe and
A lot
you
of
worked
times.
on it?
A lot of times, bro.
Okay.
A lot of times.
Yeah, for me, that moment, right, the time that I kind of like experienced something like that, it was just back in COVID, right? Like when COVID just started in the States, at the time, like, was that 2019-ish? When it started, like, in China?
2019.
2019. December, yeah.
Yeah, 2020.
Yeah, so prior to, before I came to the States, it was, like, huge in Asia, right? And I remember, like, people like over here were like, it's just over there, like, it's not going to come over here, like, we good. And they started, like, closing the borders, and everybody think, like, we're safe, man. And at the time, I was at the shop in College Park, right, fixing phones. And something in me just came, like, around that time, where I was like, man, is this really something that I want to do for a very long time? Like, fixing phones, computers, and stuff, like hardware stuff, right? Because one thing I started noticing, too, around that time is, like, it's becoming, like, super expensive to fix phones. And, which is one, right? And in my mind, I just feel like in the future, right, phones just going to be like cars, where, like, in order for you to fix it, you might as well just, like, put, like, insurance on the phone or get a new one.
Yeah.
And just let the company deal with that, right, when you break it. That's the route I feel like they're taking right now. Even, like, when you open the phones, like, it's not like how they used to be before. And something may just be like, man, I should start looking into something else. So I just started getting curious in, like, software, right? I was like, okay, what can I do, right, in software? I know, like, a bit when it comes to, like, the iOS, the Android software, and also, like, the Windows. But that's about it. I don't know, like, anything deep, So I would have to, like, go, like, really deep into it. So I remember, like, me having that conversation with the guy that I used to work with, right? Telling him that, yes, I would have to, like, start coming in, like, on the weekends, because I was, like, pretty much full-time in there, because I need to, like, figure out what I wanted to do, So, like, he was very supportive as well. He was like, that's fine, man. You can just come in on weekends, then focus on what you need to get done. And I was able to meet with, like, somebody at the store, that gave me a connection to like take like all these software classes and stuff.
Right.
And that was just after I started thinking about it, right? So like everything just started falling in place. So I met the guy, and he connected me. I took like the course. Then from the course, right, when we was there, then COVID happened. Then I was like, this is even perfect, like the lockdown. Like now I have nowhere to go. I'm just home. This is a perfect time for me, like
to learn,
focus, and like get this thing done. So all that happened right then. I remember like we actually took classes like in sites for like 2 weeks. Then the lockdown happened, right? And when I was in there, right, I remember clearly me saying like, at the end of this thing, I have to like get a job to it. And I was looking like 1 year ahead of time. I was like, within 1 year, right, I have to like be doing something, right? It's just that I really want to do. Even though like I have no idea what I was going to do at the time, right? But I was like, man, within 1 year, right? And I remember even Steven, the guy that I was saying about, my Hispanic friend, and told him that the same thing, right? And I was like, I even joked about it. I was like, man, after that, man, like the next you're gonna see me with a Lambo, something like that. So like we always joke about that, like you know. But it's things like that. Like sometimes I just say like as in a jokey way.
And then it happens.
You know, something like I really like. Meaning like fast forward like to like 1 year, right? And I saw like everything just happening. Even though like things like it was like a very rough time where like jobs are letting go of people, right? You know, and even like when I was doing my internship, they was like, nah, the team that was interning at, they was like, sorry, we can't hire you right now because we just have like a hiring freeze, right? But that didn't distract me at all. I just kept going. It's like, man, I'm already here. Like I'm just gonna make the best out of it. Even if I don't get a job here, I will get a job somewhere.
Definitely.
Right.
So that's the mindset I was on pretty much then. You know, at the end of it, like, I ended up having, like, 3 different offers from 3 other teams.
Wow.
You know? So now, like, I have the choice, like, choose like,
which way to go,
Yeah, so, like, that's why, like, I wish I, like, manifest, like, things now. Like, as soon as I saw that happen, I was like, man, yeah, definitely, these things are powerful, right? Like, when you put your mind into something, then you start, like, searching. Like, you don't even have to know, like, you know, what you want to do. But once you just have to start. Then eventually, like, the more you think about it, right, the more you start seeing, like, all the puzzles that coming together.
Fact.
You know?
That's true. I mean, for me, right, most of the time, when I say something, right, I try to prophesy as much goodness to myself. Most of the time when I'm alone, you know, I say, okay, I want to do this. For example, there was a time I wanted to buy the Canon 5D Mark III then when it first came out. I didn't have money, you know. I was like, God, what am I going to do? How do I get this money? It was a lot, man.
Right.
How will I get money to buy this, this camera? So there was this club I was working back then. So the owner of the club bought a new camera. So every photographer that comes in to shoot, they use the camera. So when I started working with them, I think after a year or something, right? So they wanted to close up the club. They wanted to do something else. And it was owing me money, you know? It was owing me some money. So I was like, I was just home and this thing just came to my mind like, dude, why didn't you tell this guy that he owes you money, right? The money that owes you, let him take it and give you the camera.
Right.
I just tried. Because the money that was owing me wasn't even enough to cover the real amount of the camera. I just tried my luck.
Right. So
I just walked up to him like, bro, what's up? Bro, I don't know, but you're owing me money, right? Can you like give me the camera? And I was like, Sanky, okay, take it.
Just like that.
That was how I got 5D, bro.
Wow.
That's how I got 5D Mark III. Just like that, it just gave me. You know, so there was a time I was supposed to travel, you know. I forgot where I was going. I didn't have money. I was like, God, I want to travel at the end of this month, but I don't have money. But I believe that you're going to do it for me. So anytime I say that, I just forget about it and I move on.
You move on, right.
So 2 weeks to the trip, bro, I just got a job that gave me so much money that I could afford. Yeah, so every time it works for me, man. Especially when I'm alone, just keep saying good things to yourself. Trust me. If you're watching TV, say it. If you're having your bath, say it. You're taking a dump, say it. I bet you. You don't know when it will come back. When it happens, you'll not remember, oh my God, I said this. Yes.
Yeah.
That's how the universe works, you know. Yeah. That's how there's no trick, there's no magic, no. You just have to say it. Yeah, it's the vibration. You don't know what's going on around you.
Right.
Just keep saying it. If you wish for bad, okay. You wish for good, okay. You know, it will come to you. So that's my mindset, man, and it works every time.
Yeah, how are you, Muhammad?
That's awesome, man. I think it's similar. I does the same thing where I just talk about what's like the good thing, the positive things that I want to do, and eventually it ends up happening, and not just happening, but I at least try to work on it. Like either if I have to just do more research just to learn about it, or more if it relates to like study. If it relates to a job, I'll still go out look for it.
Exactly.
And one key moment for me was when I got a job at Amazon, and I worked there. And at the end of the job, I wasn't feeling it. The internship, I wasn't feeling it. But I was like, man, I said, even though it wasn't like what I wanted to do, but I was like, even if I don't get it, it's still fine. And I reached out to the manager at the end of the the whole internship, and I asked him. I was like, I do enjoy my stay here and the team, but I would like a different role. But they told me, well, they don't have that opening right now. So that's how everything ended. But I was like, you know what, that's cool, because it wasn't meant for me.
Fact.
So fast forward 6 months, graduated. And then I got another offer, but location was far. Money was good, but location was far. I was like, I'm gonna drop it. I drop it because I'm still like just telling myself like, I'm gonna get a better job that's closer, where I don't have to go far, right? Because I don't want to go far, regardless what it is. So I got another offer, but it wasn't too far. It was another state close by here, but it was still lower than what my initial offer for the first job. I was like, I was going to take it, but then for some reason I was like, I think I deserve better.
Better, yeah.
So that passed. Fast forward, I didn't get nothing. I applied at a different internship. I was working there. And then after that, I was doing an interview upon interview. But I'm like, man, I'm getting interviews, but I'm not getting what I want. But I was still like, I had the faith in me, like knowing that, I deserve better. And I know something good is going to happen. And then right off the bat, I did one interview. I applied for a different job, and then they didn't take me, but the same company called me for an interview. Did an interview. Well, I applied today. They called me today. I applied today. I did an interview 2 days. The next day, I got an offer. Everything, and the money was better than even the previous, all the offers that I've got. So to me, like I had the faith, and I always, tell myself that, something good is going to happen, regardless of what it is. If I don't get it, it's not meant for me. Sure. Yeah.
That's a good mindset.
But I think that's how the universe works. You have to, put it out there, but work towards it.
Yeah.
And just have a faith that regardless of what it is, if you don't get it now, couple months or couple, years, you're going to get it eventually.
Bad.
Yeah, and this I read a book, right, The Alchemist, and that's what the pretty much the theme of the book, right? Well, like the author was like, usually like everything is around us, right? Everything, but we only get to see the things that we focus on the most. So, for example, right, if I really like wanted like have like a nice mansion, right? If that's all I think about, like eventually I'm gonna get that,
right,
because that's the only thing in my mind and the only thing I think about. So every single day I'll just think about like different ways of like how I can get it.
Right.
Eventually you're just gonna end up having it, right? It's just the same thing as like when you're buying a car. Like I always give this example, right? When you're trying to buy a car, before you get that car, you don't see the car that much, right?
Yeah, you don't.
As soon as you get the car, when you drive,
everywhere.
That's what you see all the time. Because now you're always like looking for that car, like even though like you're not you don't know that you're looking for it, but subconsciously that's what you're doing. Really,
yeah.
You're doing that all the time. So yeah, it's very powerful. Like what the mind can do. I think like the what's beautiful about your story as well, right? It's like like what you wanted to do, and you wasn't gonna let like any other like side off or like distract you to like getting like exactly what you want. And that's a good thing about like just believing in yourself and like betting in yourself, because eventually like you're just gonna like get what you deserve.
All right. Yeah. What do you guys think about life after death? Like, what do you guys think happens? Oh, before you guys say that, there was NASA has discovered, I don't know how many, multiple planets that looks similar to Earth.
Yeah. Really?
You guys saw that news?
It's not the one Elon Musk trying to go to?
No, they said it looks similar to Earth.
And you can actually,
I'm not
habitable. You can live there. Yeah, I saw that too.
Really?
Yeah.
That's so. I know there is probably multiple planets out there,
the universe is huge,
we don't have the technology to be able to see them. The ones that we could see, those are the ones that are on the book that we talk about at school and all that stuff. Yeah.
Oh boy.
What do you guys like think though? Because to me it's like I don't know. Like I'm still scared about the people who wanna. Of course, I would love to visit Mars, right? But I'm still kind of like a little iffy about it, because I'm like, we gonna go there and destroy that planet or mess up what it is. Let's say we go there, maybe the planet isn't meant for people to be on top of it, right? And then all of a sudden it just explode, and then we that lives down here, we're gonna see all those particles that so I always think about that stuff.
Watch too much food.
Yeah, Final Destination.
You see, the thing is, like, it's not like I have like any problems like people trying to like explore, like expand, right? I mean, that's how we got to like this where we at today, right? Because there were people that were like just exploring,
exactly.
Figure out there's Africa, there's Europe, there's America, But the things are like, I don't know, man. There's so much focus in like, trying to discover like another world when like we can use the same energy to just improve this earth and like make things better.
Global warming.
So why are we focusing, on like going to Mars when we're not even trying to fix it? What makes you feel like over there gonna be any better?
Right.
So first, it's like I said, like before you try to like advise other people about their life, you have to make sure like your own family is in good shape first, man.
Sure.
But I mean, I guess we'll see once we get there. It may not be our lifetime, but hopefully it's for the good. But I feel Elon Musk, right? To me, like the reason why he wanted to do it is because of like trying to make the world a better place, because I mean everybody like contributing to like deal with like the messing up the environment, and we have governments that have like all these nuclear weapons that somebody might just be mad one day and just wipe off like everybody. It's crazy, That's why like people are trying to like discover like other places, because you can't trust nobody.
You can't trust nobody, man. Yeah.
The people have all these dangerous things that can just wipe life like in seconds, man. It's crazy.
I feel like them doing it, like Elon Musk, I think it's just money, to be honest. Like he makes money off of it.
Definitely.
So I know he wanna, it's like the better of the country or the world, but that put him at a pedestal where he makes tons of money. If it's just like if you were the first person to go to let's say Pluto, you would be making money.
Be rich.
Because you were the first one. You know how it is. People will be inviting you to all these new news network to talk about it.
Sure.
You can write a book about it, and then you can even invest or partner with like another company
that wants to go.
So you are technically making money. So it's at the end of the day, it's all about money.
I kind of feel like a little bit different when it comes to him and money, right? Because I mean, he's got like so much money. I mean, when he was doing all this stuff, right, he had like tons of money, but
do you get tired of making money?
Probably not. Probably not. But
that's
the reason why I say like I feel like he might be like a different type of guy is because like his relationship with money, right? Like if you see like the type of things that he does, he would risk like all his money, like losing everything. But if it's something that he truly believes in, he would like speak up on it, and like even though like it comes like a whole lot of loss, like last year, he was losing tons of money just because like he felt like because he purchased Twitter one.
Yeah, that one down.
He started like releasing like all these things that Twitter have like behind doors, and like a lot of people don't like it. Like the government don't like it because people like literally like controlling that stuff, right? He lost a lot of money. Like right now, he's not even the richest guy, but he just do it because he just believe that
to work out.
It's for the betterment of like human life, and even like when it comes to as well with Tesla, that was his reasoning too for coming to like try to like reduce as much as we can like in cars, right? Even though like when he started, like people were like, man, there's no way you're gonna make money off it. PayPal as well. When he had purchased PayPal, he had sold this company. I think it was like sold the company, right? And he was literally like living under somebody's couch, and he used all his money investing into something else that he just believed in. Mm-hmm. So I feel like he might be like a little bit different, even though like you never get tired of making money. Maybe like if it's like legacy, right? Because like something that like will put a stamp on his name, like that's everybody like. Because I feel like once you get to like a certain point, right, you get like a certain type of money, right? The money don't even matter to you anymore. You start thinking about like your legacy, like after you're gone, because you're gonna die eventually. Yeah. So, but like, how do you want people to remember you
when you go?
Maybe that's what drives some people to like, to go to go like do the extreme stuff. Sometimes it may be like for the good. Sometimes you get to see the worst of people because they just have each in them to be remembered like as this like one mythical person, like the first I've ever done this, or the only person to have ever done this. Mm-hmm.
I feel for me, I feel like you guys have to understand something, right? Because I'm of the Christian faith, right? Mm-hmm. God says, "Go out and do exploits."
Mm-hmm. Okay.
You have to understand that. So we have to keep reinventing and breaking out and exploring sources and doing manifestations, magic. Mm-hmm. That's what we're here. Mm-hmm. He wants you to do exploits. It's there. He gives you idea to go after all these things. Where do you think human beings are getting all the ideas from? You whisper ideas to you. Try this. Look, bring this person into your life. They'll tell you to put this together, and it works out. And just like your question, like life after death, right? It never ends here. That's what I believe. Mm-hmm. It's like it continues, bro. So it's like you go into you want to sleep at night, right? You don't sleep with some people don't sleep with your clothes on, for example. You take it off, right? When you're done here, you take out the flesh. The soul never dies. You continue. During COVID, right? I was confused. I was depressed. I was like, God, why is this world like this? You created this world, right? Because I'm of the Christian faith. That's the only way you can understand. Mm-hmm. If you have the Muslim faith, you go through that part. Whatever part that you have in front of you, that's the only way you can understand it, right? Right. So I was like, God, what is going on? Why is everywhere like this? So I started reading. I started researching. I started reading like a mad person, bro. I was reading the Bible from Genesis. Mm. I was reading books. So the more you read, it connects you to different books, like online audiobooks. Right. You start getting revelations. I was getting to a point where I was going insane. I had to stop. Bro, I swear I was going mad, bro.
Too much knowledge.
Yeah, it's too much knowledge. The Bible even says when you read too much, it's a sin. When you do too much research, it's a sin at some point. Right. You got to stop or else you run mad. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Now, when you talk, people think you're insane. But it's because you seek knowledge and you find it. So when you're talking to basic people, they think this guy's not serious, man. He's just chatting shit. Mm-hmm. Right. And it's a fact. Bro, there's a lot that we cannot see with our eyes. Accept it or not. There is something behind the physical. It is there. At the beginning, right? I had to understand that. When God created the world, right? He created human beings. He was there and we were here. Now, the devil, being the crazy guy that he is, he has always been crazy right from the beginning. He always acting smart, Mm-hmm. God knew that, He knew that, okay, you are always acting smart. And that was the most beautiful person God ever created. The ones he loved the most. He really loved him. And then it was like, God created human beings. They look beautiful. Let's go make exploit with these human beings. These guys came down, started having sex with human beings. Wow. If you remember Goliath in the Bible, I don't know if you heard of Goliath in the Bible. Goliath is like tall as 7 or 8 story building, Mm-hmm. That's how it was a descendant of the Nephilites in the Bible. The Nephilites were the first human beings. Those were the mixture of angels and human beings. Now, God didn't create evil spirits I'm just explaining this so that you can understand where I'm going. God didn't create evil spirits, bro. It was the copulation of human beings and angels that created evil spirits.
Wow.
Now, when these evil spirits came about, they started killing human beings because there was nothing for them to eat. Started ripping apart human beings. They started dying. So human beings started crying, God, what's going on, man? Why are we dying like this? Started crying. God is like, what am I going to do? He had to reset existence. So when he reset existence, he told Noah, get the firstborn of everything and all these things, right? Put them in the ark. I want to use water to reset the world. You know what he did? He blinded us. That was the reset he made. So we could no longer see these guys. They were there, but we could no longer see them no more. I mean, if you can't see something, you'll not be scared then, right? Yeah. They can't kill you. The only way they can destroy you is spiritually. Because they have the access to both physical and spiritual. You get what I'm trying to say? So he blinded us, we could no longer see them. So these guys, they exist. That's what people call alien, ghost, this and that. They like show themselves every time. They are there. Right. You need to understand. If you don't understand that, then we can't even have this argument. Right. We can't even have this discourse. You need to understand that there's something beyond the physical. No. If you don't get that, then forget about it. If you say, there's nothing there, because you cannot see with your physical eyes. God puts that distinction between us and them so that we can have peace. Yeah. When you see a mad person laughing on the road, he's not mad. They've only turned his face to the other side. He's seen things that you cannot see and he's laughing and chilling. You think he's mad. To other people, he's not mad because he can see them. That's just the basics, bro. So when people say aliens, these other planets, bro, people live there. You cannot just see with your eyes. But sometimes they drop subliminal signs for you to see. That's why people say, we saw something flash, something this, something that. That's what you people see. People that do voodoo and black magic back in Africa, how do they call spirits? It's real. You go, there's something you can mix up in the Bible, bro. Back in the Old Testament, all these things that black magic people do, putting stuff, killing animals, putting the blood on the floor, sprinkling powder and shit, putting it outside for 3 days. It's in the Bible. Yeah. That's how you get access to God in the olden days. But at some point he said, I'm no longer interested in the olden ways, right? Yeah. I have Jesus, right? I don't care about all those things no more. But these demons, these guys, that is the only way they know. That's why people still use blood and sprinkle and do all these things. So if you understand that, then you know that there's more when you die. Yeah, then you understand that it doesn't end here.
Yeah, definitely. Especially like us that have like experience like back home, like that's so common. Like when you talk about like the witchcraft, right? Yeah. You see so people doing all these supernatural things, like real, bro. This is crazy. Like I've seen somebody stab his eye like in front of me, right? And took the knife off. His eyes were still there. Bro, I was like, dude, this is no type of magic, man. Like this is no tricks. This like some crazy stuff, you know. And,
you know what's crazy? I haven't experienced, like I haven't seen those stuff.
You haven't seen it?
You know, where people actually perform those like crazy magic stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's real, bro.
I haven't seen. I always hear about it. I always hear about stuff like this happening.
We have this thing called. I don't know if you ever heard like this ceremony. It's called like Padu. Yeah. Have you heard of Padu, right? Yeah, so like they have like this somebody. I don't know if it's a human being in there. Like I just don't know. But it's like a cult, right? And it's usually a bunch of guys. They will dance behind like somebody in like a mask or something like
devil.
That. That's like devil.
Yeah.
Like they dressed up.
Like a masquerade.
Yeah.
Masquerade. Yeah, that's what we call it back.
Yes, that's what it is. So we got like guys dancing behind them, and usually there's another guy within them doing like all this crazy stuff, man, like stabbing himself or like doing this.
Incisions,
or like you see they will threaten somebody like, you do this stuff, I will take your private part away of you. And sometimes like some people say like that actually happens, and it's crazy, you know, when you hear like things like this happen, or even like people that used to like practice like the witchcraft stuff, right?
Yeah.
You hear people come in like confess like all the things they've done, and sometimes you want to tell yourself, this probably lying, but man, why would somebody like, say all these things, and there might be like evidence of like all the things, to back it up. So you can't really say it's right or wrong. But like
it's deep.
I think I'm gonna go in a different route with this one.
Bring it on. It's deep. Yeah.
Because like I'm not denying that those stuff
exist.
It does exist, but in terms of for example, when you're saying you might hear what Safwan just said, right? If you take my stuff or you take my plantation, right? I'm gonna make your private part disappear, right? But they say stuff like that, but I have not seen a proof. Someone, it's not like I haven't, like, you gotta show me proof, right? You can't just tell me, oh, for example, I'm gonna make your arm disappear. I haven't seen proof. I'm gonna make your eye disappear. I haven't seen the proof.
Bro,
I'll tell you,
oh my God, bro.
It's hard for me to believe stuff like that.
Okay.
You know, but I'm not denying that
it
don't
exists.
have,
I understand what you're saying, bro. I understand what you're saying.
You just want to prove. You just want to see it happen.
I want to see it happen.
Because, bro, you know what?
Don't offend somebody.
The funniest thing is, my grandfather was a traditional worshiper. It wasn't a Christian. It wasn't a Muslim. He worshipped idols. So before he died, he switched to Islam and gave his life to God, and he stopped doing all those things. But before he switched, right, I spent some time with him. Probably like 2 years with my grandpa. I learned a lot, bro. I was blown away, bro. It's real, bro. People have magic. People have voodoo, bro. Don't joke, bro. Your dick will disappear for real. You will stop working, bro. There's a place in Ogun State we call I go away. I'm very sure like people from West Africa, Nigeria will know what I'm talking about, right? They're traditionalists, bro. They can make you deaf and dumb. If you want to explore, I can take you. We'll go and see. You go for a festival and you see it. You see it, bro.
I'm not sure he will do that.
No, it's not like they'll hurt you. My grandpa took me around, bro. I told him, Grandpa, I wanted to, because I've always loved to understand things beyond the physical. Because I know life is not just surface level. No,
right.
It's only if you want to deceive yourself. If you want to be hip hop and just the surface, deceiving yourself, lying. They make up all these things to make you feel like there's nothing, bro. It's deeper than you can ever imagine. So I told Grandpa, there's some things I want to know, man. I'll be bugging him. Say, boy, leave me alone. You're Christian. Your mom must not know I'm revealing all these things to you. I'm like, Grandpa, please take me. I want to see. I want to know. So there was a day my grandpa took me somewhere, right? He was like, are you sure? I said, Grandpa, I want to know, man. I'm curious. Okay. So he went to this traditionalist, right? When he got there, right, he could not enter with his full front, right? You have to go from the back. You cannot go in like, if you want to enter, right, like you cannot go in like this. You have to go in like this. If you're coming out, you have to come out like this. This is a type of go. I didn't enter. I stayed outside. So when he entered, the man came out, and then he was, they were just having a conversation, and he was trying to introduce me. Like, that's my grandson, and he told the man that he doesn't believe in all these things. I'm like, and the man was laughing. Oh, young boy, there's more to life that you don't know. I was like, it's like, yeah. I'm like, are these things real? He's like, it is real. He said, this is my shrine. This is my temple. You can summon. They exist. It is only if you have interest in it, then you go for it. If you don't, then you never understand. If it's something that you're interested in, you can always find out, bro. You need a proof? Let's go.
I definitely need a proof.
You need to, bro.
But I'm not saying...
If you don't want to go to Nigeria, go to Brazil. Brazil there, bro. Go.
Oh, they have
people worship gods.
Oh, yeah?
It's real, bro. It's real. It happens. But if you don't have interest to seek knowledge, you can never know anything. People just bluff. Shut up. You're just chatting shit. What are you saying? It's not real. Yeah, that's what they say. But if you seek knowledge, you find it. If you want something, you do your research, then you find it. But it is real. Your dick can disappear, bro. You can be blind. You can be crippled. Yes. Some people, they have plantations. They put stuff on the plantation. If you cross it, you'll be blind. It is so real, bro. You cross it, you never see shit no more.
Let me say something.
Bring it on.
Let me say something.